Don't forget to subscribe and also hit the bell for all the notifications on my channel. And please don't forget to hit that like button. Alright guys, I'll catch you in a sec. What up everybody, it's Andrew. I'm here with Borderlands 3, the demo. I like Borderlands, I thought it was a great game, and I saw that this came up on the IGN fucking YouTube channel, so I'm really excited to play this. You're not playing this, Dan, you dumb fuck. Stop with your anticipation. I actually am here I want to see what's happening. I want to see the direction they're taking it, and I'm excited. And I don't know, I haven't seen this before. I don't know what's coming, I just hope they really do a really great job with this. So,
everybody, any fans of Borderlands in the house?
Right here.
You're probably gonna like this. This is Brian McNett. He's lead shader artist from the Borderlands team at Gearbox. I'm on the Borderlands team right now. We're gonna show you some technology that we're building within UE4 that will power the next Borderlands game.
All right.
What you're going to see is not a video game.
Unreal Engine 4
demonstration. We use Unreal Engine 4 to render a non-realistic art style, the style that you've come to know as the Borderlands art style. This is a very simple scene. Now, I want you to remember that the Borderlands art style is sort of represented by a confluence of techniques. Most of the Borderlands art style comes from the content itself, the form of the
Just hurry up and say it, Steven.
Environment, silhouettes and movement of characters, the color and line work within the surfaces of objects. But
which it is a pretty badass fucking style, might I say. They were the first to represent this, in my opinion, to really actually pull it off.
Most of you probably attribute
people before might have tried it, but they never really pulled it off like these guys have.
It's not cell
and now everybody else adapted
it. The edges, and if he goes into the black and white view, you can see this approach for Borderlands 2, Borderlands 1, and Borderlands the pre-sequel. This is a standard Sobel-Feldman edge detection operator. It's a solid, uniform line weight around the outlines of objects that we detect in the rendering. Now, we want to evolve this look for the future. We want to make it more natural and basically next gen. So the first thing we do, if you go back to color, is instead of just detecting the edge and rendering the line both inside and out, the inside will sort of erode and corrupt the detail of the object we're trying to highlight. We'll now draw from the middle out only. It's sort of a middle out algorithm. Then we go to variable line weight. This is really important. We also want to do inside silhouettes and edge lines. So if you look at the
I see. All right.
Again, you can see.
So essentially, they're trying to make it more realistic, cartoony. I don't know.
Objects now to highlight more detail in the scene.
They're just giving it more detail. All right, I understand that. We're in the next gen fucking phase right now, so I don't see what's so spectacular so far.
Detail that's affected by the lighting and the orientation of the camera. So we can look at the scene again in color. Now, edges are only a part of it. The surface materials themselves are very important. The artists contribute to the look and feel of the graphic style by how they paint the materials. Now, this is a test sphere, and it shows some materials, a material on there. And you'll notice there's little black outlines, edges around it. Those black outlines are drawn into the materials themselves, and they're kind of similar to that edge outline, but they're drawn onto the material. We want to render those edge outlines in ways that aren't affected by the lighting of the scene. So now we can isolate those, and we can make them look like wet ink. So you'll notice that only the black outlines are reflective, like as if it's a wet ink, or we can make them look like metal. Or we can keep them as solid black lines, just like the edge outlines in the scene. And now they're not taking.
That's cool, man. That's fucking dope.
This is really important for the artist's scribbles and doodles and cross-hatching, which simulates shadows, to come through for the scene. The neat thing about this test sphere, though, is it also gives us the opportunity to show you how we can use a similar technique to actually render cross-hatching dependent on the lighting in the scene. So if he goes to black and white view and brings up the cross-hatching, you'll see there's now a
looks like the fucking
which will
Death
render
Star.
shadow only where shadows exist, and in fact render highlights.
It looks exactly like the fucking Death Star.
These are custom materials that are on top of the base material that add to the complexity of the scene. The other step, though, is, in fact, let's look at a production asset.
Catch your breath, my boy.
Really quick. This is a very Borderlands Gearbox-looking production asset rendered in Unreal Engine 4.
I feel bad, man.
Even the little bolts on those objects.
Get your shit together.
Shadow, and those shadows are taking a little bit of crosshatch. That's that custom crosshatch layer there, and we can see it again in black and white. Now, one of the problems with this approach, though, and why we had to advance even further, is in the Borderlands work that we do, we tend to do a lot of kit bashing. We'll use assets in lots of interesting ways, lots of different ways. We'll scale those assets up and down. And when we scale an asset up, it will actually change the scale of that cross-hatching, which makes it inconsistent with the line work that we're doing on the edges. So we wanted to work with an experiment with a procedural approach to this, using artist-generated crosshatches, but rendering them more procedurally on the surfaces of the objects. So if we start with this gray...
Okay, my man is using a lot of big fucking words, but all I get in the end is that it looks fucking good. Just saying. So far, so good. I appreciate it. I like it. But damn with the big words, my boy. I'm already fucking stuttering and fucking up with the little words. How do you think I'm going to be doing the big words? And I'm missing his speech right now because I'm talking over him like a dick. All right.
The artist's hand is really important in the style and feel of Borderlands. So you'll notice it almost looks like someone took like a spray paint can to start to spray paint that shadow on there. And the ink didn't perfectly fall on that surface as you'd expect from a software rendered solution. So that transition is not uniform. Now, I also want to point out that this has full interaction with PVR. So as he affects roughness, you'll notice that the reflections
that's
erode
fucking
the inks,
cool.
Or if he changes to a
I like it like that. Ooh, that one's fucking sick.
The shape of the objects that the metal's reflecting. This is
like a
really
little mirror
technology, and this is only accessible to us with Unreal Engine 4 and the current and future.
Damn, the Unreal Engine fucking is pretty fucking dope. It has brought so many fucking unique games.
More complex form.
What is
this
that?
form right now is smooth, but we have a normal map for this form, and you'll notice that it looks like there's a gearbox icon that's sort of etched into the metal shape that you're seeing there. That is not a mesh. That's actually a normal map, and some of you are probably familiar with what these are. But you'll notice that the normal maps fully interact with all of the other technologies, the shading and the lighting. So if you go to the black and white view, you can see that even the crosshatches and the highlights.
I would actually honestly like to see a game with like this, just black and white, like
awesome stuff.
just drawn up, sketched out, just sketched out lines. I think that would be really interesting, or at least the fucking movie parts of it, the story mode part could be like that. The only game I've played that's gone as close to that is probably like Metal Gear Solid, the PSP games, because they had the little comic book fucking sections as the stories, but it obviously had color and it was more like wet fucking paint and all that. That's the look of it. But I'm just saying that's the closest I've seen. I don't know, maybe y'all know a game that's out there that's like that. You can hint that out to me. That like this, that,
if we add a
like
character,
this,
you can see him affect
and I'll
that.
play the shit out of it.
There's a lot of flexibility, and it also allows the scene to simulate in real time as time of day changes, or as maybe conceivably we have different physics. If we, for example, were to explore different planets, there might be different physics in the sun, and the moons might be in different positions than we're used to on Pandora. Now, if we add a character to the scene, it gets really interesting.
Okay, here we go.
This is a character that is a production asset, and you can see that the effect that the sunlight has on the inks. You'll also notice that there's an effect we call the ray of God, where the sunlight is sort of piercing through the gap between her arm and her body. And you'll notice that there's rays that come out from that. If he goes into the black and white view, you'll notice that those rays, the God rays, will actually erode the crosshatches
and what it
in
affects
the environment, even the crosshatches that are rendered onto objects that are behind and far
see,
away.
It's little details like this that make a game fucking memorable.
Complex and plausible scene, even in
this game didn't need that, saying if it was a great game, which I'm hoping it's coming out to be, but it's little details like this that make the games more memorable. Yes, you could have a great experience with a great gameplay, but little details here and there just make it that much more sticking in your mind, like Metal Gear Solid 5. All the fucking little details in that game are, you could write a fucking Bible-sized fucking book on how many little details the Kojima team put into there. I'm not even gonna state the company that
technology right now.
made that game because they fucked over Hideo Kojima. So I'm just gonna say Kojima and his team, because that's who made Metal Gear Solid, and that's what I'm saying.
It creates a shadow there. The ray of God is still perfectly interacting. So even with subsurface
that's fucking cool, man. I like the ray of God effects. Like, no, it's fucking. That looks fucking good, man.
This also works in soft bodies, which is pretty awesome. This is a really complex object that's doing some fluid dynamic simulation.
That's some fucked up shit.
You can see the cross-hatching and the highlights
but
still
that
work.
is
All of the
fucking
lighting works
sickening.
ways, even when it's interacting with the God rays. And sometimes, though, we'll have surfaces that we don't want to take shadows on, such as
water.
You have clean water, and the simulation works perfectly. It's just a beautiful simulation using Unreal Engine 4. Now, let's bring this all together. We can actually go into an interior environment. In this environment, I want you to imagine that there's an invisible light bulb that Brian has control of that's sort of floating right in front of those barrels there. And our artists and designers and set lighters can affect the lighting and the intensity and the radius of these lights. And we can dynamically affect the scene.
All right, at this point, I get what this dude is trying to say. I feel like he's going on top of everything that he's already said. You know, you guys are putting details in the line work. You're trying to get more details with the grains and the whatever and whatnots with the lighting, God rays. You're trying to make it more unique experience. And like, I get it. How many more you gonna show me, my man? I get it. I get it. I'm just saying. I feel like he's being a little repetitive at this point, but it is fucking cool what he's saying. Everything that he's saying I already soaked in. I know. What can I come up next? Okay, the only thing. Okay, maybe that was cool. An explosion. Even just saying. All right, that was a brand new thing right there. That was the newest thing since the character. But I'm just saying.
You can even see the volumetric smoke effects perfectly with the scene. They're emphasizing the crosshatch.
So you're trying to make a memorable game, my dude. I get it.
It's all happening in real time with the simulation. It's beautiful. So now I'm going to have Brian just trigger a matinee sequence that'll pull us out of the scene.
All right, here we go. Something new.
And it gives you a sense of what a future game from Gearbox might look like. Now, I do want to remind you that this is not a video game. This is a technology demonstration of some ongoing research and development at Gearbox Software. Some or all of the technologies that I demonstrated may be utilized for future Gearbox Software video games. If you are a technology company that thinks you can benefit from a partnership with Gearbox as we explore this technology, feel free to reach out to me. If you're a talented developer that would like to work with us on this technology and help it push.
Hold up. Is this becoming a game? Is Borderlands 3 actually gonna be a game? Or did they just do this as a test video just to, they use that game as an example of what you guys could do? Because if that is true and it's not a game that's coming out in the future, I'm fucking disappointed as fuck. And I feel like this dude is just doing this just so he can have people come and work with him saying, oh, if, like he even said it in the presentation, oh, if there's anybody that wants to work with us, please reach out to us. That sounds desperate as fuck for me, like your company's going down, because what the fuck, man? I'm just saying, they better release this fucking game, because they did this whole shit. Alright, I may be overreacting. Y'all tell me in the comment section below. It better be a game that's coming out. And in my opinion, this dude sounds desperate as fuck, saying, oh, if anybody wants to reach out to us, like, you don't have any accounts, my boy. Just saying. Continue.
Please let us know. Also, if you're a customer that's looking forward to a future Borderlands game, we're working on it.
Okay, good.
Get you soon. On behalf.
Okay, I should have waited. I retract my previous statement. I should have waited an extra 12 seconds.
On behalf of all the talented artists and programmers and designers and developers at Gearbox Software, I'm thankful that you've taken the time to see this with us. I also want to thank Tim for letting us come up on stage, and everybody on his team for delivering the incredible Unreal Engine 4 technology that we're using to power our.
Yay! All right, click out of that shit. All right, I'm excited. It seems like he said that he's got us. He's got us. He's got our back, saying that they're gonna try to get this fucking game out. I thought it was already fucking way well into the process. Just assumed. Well then, so this was just a demonstration of the Unreal 4 engine and Gearbox. It's fucking cool, man. What they're trying to do is fucking cool. It's unique. It's their own style. It is their own style. The things that they can pull off with their engine. It is definitely going to be integrated with their fucking street cred, can I say? I'm just swinging back and forth because my chair is fucking so comfortable right now. And this is really comfortable. But anyway, I'm excited. I hope they make this into a game. I hope this motherfucker's not lying to me or us. And I'm excited to see what they can pull off if he's making a game with this engine. And just don't sound so desperate on video, my boy. Okay? I know you're trying to sell this fucking shit to people, but come on, man. I'm just saying. That just seemed at the end like a desperate cry for help. But other than that, I support everything else that motherfucker is doing and then what he's representing. Other than that, y'all, Don't forget to check out my gameplay videos on my channel. Don't forget to subscribe. Don't forget to comment below. And don't forget to hit me up on Twitter at DanishChannel1. And if y'all don't even know, there's a banner up here right now. Ding, 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 ding. Booyah! Where you guys can fucking check me out. Alright, y'all. Till next time, I love y'all. I'm Daniel. I'm out.